Jim Crow laws after a racial depiction performed in blackface. These laws reinforce racial prejudice and deny rights to black people in the United States. Federal legislation brings the Jim Crow era to an end, yet its long shadow still looms large over the struggle for equality.
And in just the last hour, Missouri executed a death row inmate named Marcellus Williams by lethal injection after a prosecutor from the original trial said Williams was innocent, claiming no evidence actually tied him to the crime.
In August of 2020, Long was exonerated and freed after 44 years in prison for a crime he didn't commit.
My name is John Bunn. I was recently exonerated after 27 years for being accused and convicted of a crime I had no knowledge of, I had nothing to do with. I was 14 years old.
It became very obvious to me that there was a need for some work in that area, legislatively. I think I had gone through the trial, including the trial of the Central Park 5. It appeared quite obvious that they did not have adequate representation.
Black people are more than 7 times more likely to be wrongfully convicted of murder than white people. That's according to a recent report by the National Registry of Exonerations.
Prosecutors want to grab that headline Monday or Sunday morning, and they wanted to show them doing their job robustly. And so it will sway the readers, the audience, the public into leaning on the side of, hey, the person is guilty. You have to allow the due process to work. So they will grasp at any straw that looks favorable and ignore and avoid the ones that could lead to the other direction. And I think that's the biggest problem that prosecutors have to be conscious of. Is that don't let me just conclude without checking.
A clemency petition with more than 1 million signatures is set to be delivered to the governor's office today, but Governor Parson emphasized that courts at all levels have upheld Williams' conviction. Among the names, though, on that petition are family members of the victim. Michelle.
A local man is protesting for the freedom of his brother, who's been locked up for 7 years. John Phillips says his brother Demetrius Phillips was wrongfully accused of his nephew's death back in 2011. Today, John was protesting outside the Rock Island County Jail to draw attention to his brother's case.
We got several hundred years worth of prison out here. Several hundred years, and it's only a handful of us.
Several groups gathering today on the steps of the state capitol to protest wrongful convictions and ask for changes in the criminal justice system.